Well, hello. Welcome back to Politically Homeless Gun Reviews. We have all our CZs out, and the reason we have all the CZs out is we're going to take a look at the newest edition, the CZ TS2, which is a off-road, I live in California. In this particular pistol is not on the California roster. So how did I acquire it? Well, you have to do a private party transfer, a PPT. And I PPT'd this into my possession for my birthday. It was a birthday present to myself because, well, I got the competition shooting bug. That is my golf. Gotta hate golf. But yeah, I don't play golf, so I had to get a hobby. I had to get a sport with all my health issues and different stuff going on. And competition shooting really filled that slot for me, so to speak. So we went out and we got a CZ TS2. You can see here, this is, oh man. As far as my CZs go, let's just break down, what you see out here. We got the P01, the compact series. This is a great EDC, CCW, concealed carry weapon. This was my first one I bought, and still want, absolutely love this thing. Performs so well for even the smallest of the CZ lineup. But, I'm personally Czech. I have Czech blood in me. I have a Czech last name. No, I'm not sharing it with any of my videos. But CZ resonates with me. It just feels right. I really love everything about their engineering, the way they function, their reliability. These were guns that were basically modeled after the 1911 to be an improvement, the next generation of them, right? A better version. And to me, the P01 really nails that. It is the smallest of the three out here. This is something that you can concealed carry, and it's just an excellent firearm. Like all CZs, it's extremely low or flat shooting, low bore axis firearm. I've seen some videos out there on YouTube that try to argue against that. They're not low bore axis. Yeah, you know what? I don't agree with you. F off. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. They are. And that's one of the reasons why they are so popular in the competition realm, because these things are absolute tack drivers. Then we go from the P01 to the SP01. Here's my SP01 with its custom lock. Well, they all have custom lock grips. Please do check them out if you're looking for the very best grips for a CZ. I believe that would be the Lock, L-O-K company that does custom grips for your CZs. These things are incredible. You can see I got the G.I. Joe Cobra emblem on my SP01. Over here on the P01, we have a blue and black checkered with a neon green inlay. And then with the newest edition, the TS2, we have a blue and orange combination. We also have a matching custom lock mag release. And you can see here, yes, we even have Cobra Commander. See, my son, I have a son, and best thing that's ever happened to me. He has the biggest and baddest and most badass collection of mini-mates, which are these miniature action figures, kind of like, gosh, I don't know how to describe them, but they're just cool, and they're very custom. They have everything from Marvel to Predator to G.I. Joe to zombies to everything you can think of. My son kind of has some of all of them. He has several hundred different mini mates and their associated pieces. The Cobra Commander I thought would go well with the SP01 custom Cobra grips that I use, so I put them out here with them. No, I do not play with action figures anymore. Well, sometimes I do. Who cares? So this is what I was using for competition exclusively until I got this new one. I guess, gosh, it's a couple months ago. September. Yeah. It's November 15th, about to be 16th in 1 minute. And this, at my gun club and at shooting competitions, is one of the most popular pistols that I see out there, especially with the guys who I'm trying to emulate, the guys that are either nationally ranked or should be nationally ranked, the fastest, most accurate shooters. They almost all have custom SP01s that they've put red dots on. They've done the grips. They've done, you know, hammer, sear, trigger springs, recoil springs, everything done to them. And these things just perform better than almost any pistol out in the market. So I would definitely recommend the SP01. I still use it for competition, but I spent big bucks getting this TS2 because it is off roster and I had to do a private party transfer. This one was already almost completely decked out. I've had to do very little to it. It has already has all the springs done to it, the custom grips and mag release. It has about a 1.2 pound trigger on it, which is actually a little frightening, to be honest. Your trigger on this is so damn light. You got to be careful, because if you undo the safety before you pull it out of the holster and have your finger anywhere near that trigger, you have a good chance of putting it around through your foot. So be careful out there and be safe. But yeah, I got this. Man, you know what? I had... Shoot, I don't know what I did to it. I think it's about 5.29, if I remember exactly. Barrel length. It also, you know, it's a heavy gun. It's full steel. This is, which will, of course, with more weight, you have less recoil and added accuracy. It's not a light pistol. It is different than these two, though, because both of these are single or double action, the P01 and SP01. Your TS2 is a single action only revolver. So, wouldn't show you right there. It's not going to get any more empty than that. Clear with nothing in the chamber. But it has to be like that for you to fire around. It has to be hammer cocked. So, in competition, you're going to, once you get up and they say make ready, you're going to put your magazine in, and then you're going to, you know, cycle the firearm, putting a round in the chamber, and then you're going to do this. You're going to put that safety up. Now you can see it has a nice, it has ambidextrous safety, but it's basically made for right-handed people. So on the left-hand side of the firearm, there is a nice protruded safety mechanism that will allow you to do that. It's got a flat trigger as opposed to your P01 and SP01. You can see those very curved triggers. It also has this mag well here, which you can pop. Yeah, I can pop that out. I'll show you here. It's this real bulbous mag well, which I absolutely love. So yeah, this is probably my favorite CZ right now, just because I've been competing with it since getting it. And in USPSA, I definitely feel like I have an advantage with this TS2. There's lots of videos out there that you can check out. If you have them, it's not... Even if I wasn't in California, this is a very expensive firearm. In California, it's an insanely expensive firearm because it's off roster and you're going to have to pay a premium price to acquire it. I also have a gas pedal for it, as you can see right here. But the problem is, with my gun belt, the way I set up my competition belt, here, I'll show you right here. I've got a Scorpion tactical, Scorpion competition holster on it. I really love this holster, but it does not allow that gas pedal. You can't seat the firearm in the holster properly with the gas pedal. Now, if I had a Dremel, which I probably need to go out and buy this week, I could Dremel out the space for the gas pedal and make it work. But for the time being, I just put in the regular mag release. You can see here, it doesn't have a gas pedal. And honestly, right now, I don't notice any difference. I'm kind of a big guy. Not big as in obese, just big as in ripped. You know, I got that Czech Polish blood in me, kind of look like a Caucasian bear. And when I lock up my hands on this, okay, so when you grip the firearm, you want to grip it high and tight. So you want your thumbs to be kind of locked here on the side of the firearm. They say that your primary grip arm, which would be for me the right, is going to be kind of loosely holding the firearm, and then you want to really crank down with your left to guide the firearm. That should be your, most pounds per square inch as far as holding it. And I don't, the gas pedal might be nice, but I don't need it. I'm actually very, very accurate with this without it and performing nicely. It's got a non-adjustable blacked out rear sight, and you can see that fiber optic front sight that I absolutely love on these CZs. Now my P01 does not have that. It's just got the regular, oh gosh, what's the word that they call it? These are night sights, tritium. These, and they're not the best night sights you could have. I could probably swap these up for something better, but you put a flashlight on these for a few seconds and they'll glow for several minutes, like really bright. And they work really well. It's zeroed perfectly from the factory, so I have no complaints there. But on my SPO1, like the TS2, you can see, actually the SPO1 has even a nicer front fiber optic sight. And it just makes, especially in competition, when you're trying to zero up on steel targets or paper targets, it makes it really nice. So CZ, for me, is where it's at. I absolutely love them. They're just self-defense with the P01, competition or self-defense with the SPO1, and purely competition with the TS2. Absolutely awesome. Now, I've done a few things to the SPO1. My P01 is still completely stock pretty much, except for the grips, and I do have a stainless steel guide rod for the SPO1, but that one as well is pretty much stock except for the grips, and I think, is it trigger or hammer spring? Well, I did one of the springs. This one, though, is fully decked out. It's got a lot of additions and tweaks to it to make it even better for competition. So, yeah. This would be, if you're competing, especially in USPSA or IDPA, this would be my first choice. Steel target, it's kind of a toss-up between these two. Even though this one is that's also going to affect in competition what class you can do. So this one you can do production with, because I haven't done really anything to it. This one you have to shoot limited because it is single action only. And in limited, and maybe that might change some things for you, okay? But overall, CZ is my favorite pistol firearm manufacturer. I like them better than SIG, Glock, Springfield, Smith and West, doesn't matter. When I'm competing, I want a CZ. That's me. And I think a lot of other competitors feel that way too. Right now, I'm competing in Steel Challenge, USPSA, IDPA, and ICOR. Gosh, I've really got things going there. So that's 4 different things that I like to shoot competitively at. And I got to tell you, the people are amazing. I've made more good friends in a few months shooting competitively than I have over the last 10 years, you know. So for me, it's really been a positive experience. I can't recommend it enough. My gun club, they do an introductory class. And once you go through that class, you have to then go shoot 1 competition and not get disqualified at. And if you do that, you get your card, your action pistol card, and that will allow you to come shoot at practice every week and then to compete. And what I've noticed, so I'm going to get off the CZs for a little while. Now I'm going to talk about shooting, politics, and a couple other things, and then I'm going to bail out of here. So what I've noticed is there are a lot more women at the shooting classes. When I was there was no women. There was all dudes. And then in the next few months, there has been many women at the action pistol orientation class. And at the last one, I almost want to say it was 50% women. Now, what does this tell me? Women are kind of the future of the sport and of the Pro 2A movement, because what do firearms do for women? They are the ultimate equalizer. Now, I am the most anti-woke person you will ever meet. I am anti-intersectionality, anti-identity politics, anti-everything stupid going on in our society today. And I'm a realist and a populist. And I will tell you that one of the best things about firearms for women is that it empowers them, okay? Your average man can go up to most women and have their way with them. Not when those women are armed. When a woman has a firearm, she is able to defend herself. And that is so powerful, so important. And I believe women are realizing this and taking advantage of it. And this really makes me happy, hopeful, and white-pilled for the future. Some weird dude pulls up while you're walking on the street and tries to abduct you or rape you, and you're able to draw your concealed carry weapon and put a couple quick holes in him. I've seen so many videos of this too lately. It is really inspiring. So I encourage women to get out there, learn how to use a firearm safely, properly, and empower yourself, really. This is what and it's also a sport where so many sports, women will not match up with men, because this is the I am very into biological realities. The fact is that men are just stronger and faster and going to be superior in stuff with physicality involved, okay? But when you have a firearm, all that gets erased, and that makes it, and I got to tell you, in shooting sports, there is no advantage for men to women. Women have just as good or better fine motor skills, and they're able to shoot just as good, if not better, than men. So it's a sport that is screaming for them to get involved in, where it won't matter if, you know, you're against a guy who's 210 pounds and completely ripped and just looks like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It doesn't matter. All right. You at 100 pounds wet, even with big boobs interfering with your arm movements, could just be just as good, if not better. And that's reality. So, okay, let me move on from that. Enough about saying how awesome shooting is for women. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I made this one video about my revolvers, and I get all these comments from people telling me what to do with my own personal property, and this pisses me off. So this segment, we're getting into what I call sour grapes. These are really good grapes, by the way. Oh my God. Sorry about that. I got so excited to eat a grape, I knocked my camera over. Sour grapes. So, one of the things that pisses me off more than anything about the internet and YouTube is when people go on your videos and they try to tell you what to do. Now, it's annoying enough when they try to tell you what to do just on the principle of that, okay? It's like, you do you, let me do me, STFU, and fuck off. But when they tell you what to do with your own property, that's when I get especially salty. So, as you know, if you watched my earlier revolver video, which has, I think, over 10,000 views right now, I don't know why. Well, I guess I do know why. I kind of know what I'm talking about, and I'm a fun guy, and I bring humor and interesting things to light. But people get enormously butthurt because I like to snap close my revolvers, right? Well, that's fine if you think that's a bad thing to do, and, oh, it increases the wear on your revolver. Hey, man, just don't do that stuff. Shut up. You worry about your own property. Don't you fucking goddamn tell me what to do with my property. Do you hear me? I like to snap close a revolver. And if you don't like it, go away. Your stupid comment means nothing to me. Look, this is a $300 gun. Oh, I wore it out too much. Boo, woo, hoo. Guess what? I'll send it back to Taurus and they'll fix it. Or, if they don't, because they're stupid, I'll go buy another one. I don't care. So please, look, I'm not going to watch your video and try to tell you what to do with your property. Don't fucking tell me what to do with mine. Are we clear? Okay, good. Good. God, I love snap caps. Aren't those awesome? So, that's pretty much all I got for now. It's been, I'm sorry for not making more content. I just shot an IDPA event this past weekend at this beautiful gun club that was right on the water. And it was a ton of fun. IDPA, I don't even know what it stands for. International Defensive Pistol Association, something like that. It sent me some stickers when I joined. But I really enjoyed it because it was like you're shooting games like you get in USPSA with more specific rules and tailored to a defensive situation. So, something that you would use in real life defensive situations. And I enjoyed that immensely. I shot my PCC with that, which I'm going to bring out and show probably in my next video again more, because that Ruger PCC I bought with a couple quick mods to it has really turned into a juggernaut in the competition realm for me. I did way better than I thought I was going to do for my first IDPA competition. I really held my own with guys who've been shooting for a lot longer and were much more experienced, because I had a reliable, very well, Ruger PCC is a very well built carbine, and as long as you have, the higher capacity magazines, which they aren't even higher, it's just standard capacity, that's what it is. If you have those and you're not having to reload every, 10 rounds, you can really, and you have either you're good at iron sights, which I am, or you just have your red dot and it's zeroed in properly, which is amazing how many people struggle with that, which maybe I'll make another video on how to zero your rifle properly and quickly, even in a townhome or home. You can do it with these laser jobbers they sell, which I use and has worked super excellent for me. This is, you know, 30, 40 bucks to get one of these things. And you just, you know, it's got a very powerful red dot laser on the end. You put it in the barrel of your firearm. It's got in this smaller pocket, you know, different attachments to match up with the right caliber. And you can zero in your red dot almost anywhere without having to take a single shot. But kind of felt like I outperformed my expectations with the carbine. Very happy. And they're super fun and great to use for competition, you know. So maybe you're getting tired of shooting your pistol, you can do carbine. You can also do 22 for steel challenge. Save yourself money if you're spending a fortune on ammo, which it does when you get into competition shooting, especially if you're doing several different types of shooting competition. You might want to try out, you know, 22 for steel target, because it is lightning fast because of the lack of recoil. And it's just fun. You know, I use my 10-22 Ruger takedown for that, and was instantly able to qualify and move up the ranks and do very well. So I guess I should cut it off. I don't want to hit the 30-minute mark, but thank you for watching Politically Homeless Gun Channel. Sorry about my swear words and my rant about people talking shit, because I like to do what I want to do with my own property. And just remember, you know, be respectful, be kind. If you don't like something, then don't watch it. But to go out and tell people what to do with their own stuff is stupid. And you look like a jackass when you do that. So, take care. Trump announced he's running again for president. So let's get going on that. We need to, you know, save this goddamn country from these socialist loon jobs and fight the woke, because everything that's woke turns to crap. All right, take care, stay safe, and do what you want to do. Peace.